Hey, hi, and welcome to A Taste of Fusion. Today, I'm creating a lovely, light, refreshing menu. I'm starting off with a fantastic appetizer of cottage cheese, which I'm baking in the oven, and then I'm piling on top some vegetables and fruit. A perfect fusion delight. For my main course, an open-faced chicken sandwich with a cream cheese spread and some fantastic veg on the side. And for dessert, well, we're going the whole hog here. Some chocolate, some strawberries, brittle, combined together in a hot lava pot. Well, enough of me talking about it. Now to go pick up my veg, get back to the kitchen and get fusing. Right, we're ready to get started, and I'm beginning with my cottage cheese bake, which is our appetizer for today. First of all, I'm going to get my little oven dish in which I have here some cottage cheese that I picked up. This is soft cottage cheese. It's low fat, and sometimes you can get a fat-free version as well, so it's very healthy. Just slice it in half, open it up face-wise like so, and then I'm going to spice this up. Nice large pinch of salt, a pinch of turmeric, a large pinch of red chili flakes, and then pour on a lovely drizzle of olive oil. These are almost ready for the oven. I just have to do one more thing, and that is get a pot of garlic and slice it up really finely. So just make sure that your slices are paper thin because you want them to cook in a very short period of time. Oh. Lovely. So just spread these around on the top of the cottage cheese. So these go into a preheated oven at 180 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes. Right, so while that's in the oven, I'm going to create my topping, which today I thought, well, we have these lovely persimmons. Now this is Japanese fruit. It's very seasonal and it comes around for about a month every year. So let's take a nice little slice of that. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful coloring. Now, I'm going to slice it finely, and that means I'm just going to take my knife and take it through the skin like so. Next, I'm going to mix in some lovely peach, which of course I've sliced, so about a quarter peach, a quarter persimmon, and put this straight into your bowl. Next, I'm going to get some fantastic cucumber, slice through like so, and just, again, finely slice it up. It doesn't matter how you're slicing as long as it's slightly long slices because, of course, that just aids to the construction of the appetizer. This goes straight into the bowl. So that's a nice little mix of green and oranges. Looks beautiful. Next, some fantastic pomegranate. About 3 to 4 teaspoons of pomegranate. And finally, I thought, what to top it off, how to make it a little bit more rich. And what I decided to do was use some artichoke hearts. Again, they're from a can, and you can get them in any supermarket. So I'm just going to cut them in half because, of course, when I mix in the vinegars and the olive oils, the artichoke hearts will break up. So just cut them in half so you don't create too much of a mush. So about 4 of those. Straight into the bowl. Right. Now, for the spices. 1 teaspoon of cumin, a quarter teaspoon of coriander powder, quarter teaspoon of red chili flakes, quarter teaspoon of salt, and then the juice of half a lemon. 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, and then I'm just going to mix it up. Right. Gently mix up everything. That's it. Now, let's check on our cottage cheese. Right, so the cottage cheese is done. Now, I just have to let it cool off, and then at the time of plating up, mix a little parsley into my, my lovely bowl mixture, and then place it on top. But you'll see that at the time of plating up, and now I have to get moving to make my main course, which is a fantastic open-faced chicken sandwich. Okay, now for our main course, which of course is a glorious open-faced chicken sandwich. Now, it's not really fusion, but I'm going to infuse some fusion into it. So first things first, pop my bowl to the side. Got some lovely chicken breasts here, which I'm going to slice up. So long, thin strips, but not too thin because the chicken will cook very, very quickly. So about 3 or 4 chicken breasts. That's great. Pop this straight into your bowl. Next, I'm going to add in half a teaspoon of turmeric. Keep a little bit more turmeric in this because I want it to be very smoky. Half a teaspoon of red chili flakes, quarter teaspoon coriander powder, and quarter teaspoon cumin. Then I'm going to mix this up. Mix it well. And add a little olive oil as I go along. So about 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil. Right, now once the chicken has been mixed up, I'm just going to put it to the side and get all my vegetables together for the accompaniment. I'm not making the regular stuff that you would have with a sandwich, for example, French fries or mashed potatoes. I'm going to keep everything really healthy, and of course, I'll infuse some fruit in there. So what I'm going to use today is some spinach that I've cut up, some mushrooms and some sweet corn. Then I'm going to put in some persimmon and some pomegranate. So that's going to make a lovely sauce that'll become very tangy and delicious, which of course will sort of like, help all the flavors in the chicken to come out, especially the turmeric. So let's go to that side and let's get cooking. Right, now to get started, let's put our dishes down and let's get our pan on a high flame. Now, very quickly, I'm just going to drizzle in about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil and half a tablespoon of sesame oil. Our pan should be hot enough. Get your chicken in there. Go. All right, so the chicken started sizzling. Just move it around a little bit. Make sure it doesn't stick, because with all the spices, that's exactly what will happen. And if anything is tied together, just use your spoon and break it apart. Try to cook everything evenly. There, look at that color. It's lovely and golden. And that's what you're going for. This should take about 3 minutes. And of course, the turmeric is one spice that immediately starts cooking and getting caught in the pan. So you've got to be careful that it doesn't burn. Just add in a little bit more sesame oil to keep everything lubricated. Very quickly, just move the chicken around. And as the pieces of meat start shrinking, you know that it has cooked all the way through. Fantastic. I'm just going to turn the heat down and grab a plate. Right. So, just moving the chicken around one more time. And I'm going to squeeze in the juice of a quarter lemon. I'm going to take my pan off the heat. So, put that to the side, get your pan back on the flame, and then very quickly, because there's a lot of spice in the pan, add in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and in goes 1 teaspoon of ginger that's been chopped up. Here I have some lovely button mushrooms, and I'm keeping them whole. I'm popping them straight in, and some lovely, lovely baby sweet corn. Kept that whole as well. Now I'm just going to fry all of this together. Once the pan has dried, we are going to squeeze in the pulp of the persimmon or the Japanese fruit, and it goes everywhere. So use your hands, get it in there and just squelch it in, and it's a lot of fun. Mix it up. Add in some more olive oil, about 2 more tablespoons, because mushrooms have the tendency to soak in olive oil or any form of butter or oil that you're cooking with. Next step, I have some lovely spinach that I chopped up. I'm just going to put that in the center like so. And I'm going to squeeze in the juice of a 1/4 lemon. And at this point, once the spinach has started to wilt, and of course remember spinach, has a lot of water base in it and it will release a lot of liquid. So once the spinach goes in, your spices will stop frying. Cook it down, wilt it a little bit, let it release some of its water, and then add in about 1/8 of a cup. Bring everything together. Now, I'm going to add in 1½ tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, a nice large pinch of salt, and a large pinch of sugar. Once the spinach has completely wilted, add in a pinch of cumin and a pinch of red chili flakes. This is just an addition. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I think that it'll just help keep with all the flavorings in the chicken. This should take you about 5 minutes. And the minute that your mushrooms start looking like little golden pieces of, I don't know, delectable vegetables that you can pop in your mouth, put everything in the center and add in 2 tablespoons of pomegranate, just for the color. And of course a little tang, because I think that's rather delicious pomegranate in this type of vegetable mix. And now, without stirring anything, I'm just going to turn the heat off and pop a lid on it. Right, so our vegetables are steaming in there and we are done with our main course. Now all I have to do is, on my piece of bread, use a little cream cheese today, which I'm going to do rather than mustard or olive oil or butter, because it's something different. It's velvety and it'll go with all the flavors and the spices and the chicken. So that's it, we're done with our main course. Now all we have left to do is make our dessert. Now it's time for our favorite part, which is dessert. And I have to say I'm very excited. What I'm going to try and do today is make a lovely little chocolate pot with a crumble, with some fruit, and bake it all in the oven, so nothing on the stove. So it's super easy if it comes out right, and I think it just might. Anyway, enough with the rhymes, let's get on with it. First of all, I've got some fantastic cooking chocolate here. I'm just going to go through with my knife. You can get this at your grocery store. It's 85% cocoa. It's dark, so it's not too sweet. And it's just utterly delicious and it's perfect for cooking. So try to stay away from the processed chocolates. All right, now just chop this up quite finely. And of course, it's going to get stuck to your knife, so don't worry about that. And place the chocolate on the side. Next, we have here some pretty ramekins. But before you do that, make sure you wipe your hands because the chocolate will make everything very sticky and you don't want that to happen. Into our ramekins, some lovely biscuit crumb in the base. Just put in about 1.5 tablespoons in each. Then I have some fantastic tinned strawberries here. I'm just going to take a couple, just pop them in. A little of the strawberry juice because I'm going to use that to hold the biscuit together and of course create moisture. Next, I'm going to take some of the chocolate and break it up and put it around the strawberries. So. Now for the next step, I'm going to use some peach and I'm just going to pop that on top. And that should create a fantastic little center, a molten lava center, so to speak. Now, some more breadcrumb on top. 4 strawberries. All right. Now, a large layering of chocolate. That's it. Now just cover it up with the biscuit crumb. Right, and our little ramekins are ready for the oven. So they go into a preheated oven at 180 degrees for about 15 minutes. Right, so our little ramekins or our little chocolate lava pots are in the oven for about 15 minutes, after which when I serve, I'm going to layer a little cream on top and a little condensed milk with some strawberries to make it utterly delicious. But now, to wait for them to get done, after which we are going to plate up. Right, we are ready to eat and I am joined by the fabulously talented
Samar Mehdi.
Samar Mehdi it is, who has been designing for the past 12 years and actually it's the first time that I've met her. Let's start you off with the appetizer.
Okay.
Which is, okay, how should we do this? Hang on. Let's move
We
this
can
here.
just start.
Yeah. This is a wonderful little bake.
Right.
Usually it's the basis cottage cheese, which is low fat. So
okay.
dig in and tell me what you think.
Sure. I love it. It's got that tangy kind of flavor to it. And the paneer still retains its flavor. You know? It's actually quite exotic. And that Japanese thingy that you're talking about, that
The Japanese food.
that I must say I probably haven't tasted earlier. So
Well,
that's something new.
All right, now moving you on to the second course.
Sure.
Since we're going to do everything in a dainty way here. We've got to make sort of sandwiches fashionable again, I say.
True, very true. I mean, it's, you know, a boring sandwich anybody can make. So you have to kind of... Very nice.
And the
Love it
mushrooms,
with
try
the-
the mushrooms. Yeah, you see again vegetables on the side instead of potatoes, instead of fries, some lovely, lovely garden vegetables.
Absolutely.